What's up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. One of my favorite ways to do that is through amazing books. One of my favorite types of books to read are middle grade novels, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. 5 awesome 2023 middle grade novels. This is the second part of that series. We recently did a video where we talked about 5 other amazing middle grade novels, and we'll talk about some more in the future. So make sure, hello cat, that you subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified the next time we talk about some awesome books. Let's kick it up with Hannah Sharp Cartoon Detective, written by Janet Tashian and illustrated by her son, Jake. This book comes out in September of 2023. It is a really fun illustrated novel about Hannah. And Hannah is on the autism spectrum, as is Jake, the illustrator of the book, which Janet and Jake both talk about in the author's notes, which you should definitely read before or after reading the book. Well, Hannah's family is amazing, and they have like an apartment type thing in the garage, like an Airbnb type rental thing, like in like a detached part of their house that different people kind of come and stay in. Well, they have these current tenants in there that are staying for a little while, and Hannah thinks there's, well, just keep that in your mind. But there's also like some things in town starting to go missing, and Hannah's like trying to figure that out, and she's starting to suspect some different people. And I love like a lot of the main story is told like this, and then you have like these little comics here with this little pickle character that they've created, and then you also have these things where she kind of talks about how she's kind of trying to figure out how to function in a world where people might be a little bit different than her. Amazing book. Love this story. Hoping that it's going to be a series. I don't see numbers on the side, but this would be a great series, great addition to our classroom collections. Next up, Where the Water Takes Us. Alan's new book is just a beautiful middle grade summer read. The book takes place when our character Ava has to go live in like a small cottage with her grandparents because her mom is pregnant with twins, and they just kind of need her to like be away for a little while in the summer. She loves her grandparents. She loves that experience, but she's also very worried about her mom and her soon-to-be siblings. And like her mom is kind of like bed rest and likes to go to the hospital, and she's very freaked out. There's a bad storm when she is on this little island on the water. She sees a bird die, and then she feels that she's cursed, and then this is going to lead to bad things happening to her mom and siblings. There's a boy who's spending the summer there, and he's just really curious and fun, and she's not really sure she wants to be friends with him. Just like, I love books that have like that time, like how much time is going to be spent in that world. Like this is going to be a book that like is going to end at the end of summer, and I just kind of love that, especially reading it during the summer. It was really awesome. Next up, the book that I just recently finished, You Are Here, Connecting Flights. This is written by all of these amazing Asian American creators. And yeah, it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. It's edited by LNO. And it takes place in a Chicago airport. And each chapter is a different kid, and all of these kids have every kid is like such a different world. Like one kid was adopted from a country in Asia. Can't remember off the top of my head which one. And she has 2 fathers, 2 white fathers. Other kids are with one kid's with his dad, who is recently divorced. Just like all kinds of all different situations. And the book opens with one family like going through the security line at the airport, and the grandmother has taken something very precious to her through security, and it kind of sets off all the alarms and all these things. She didn't do anything like wrong or illegal or anything. But that's kind of, you see like different parts from each story kind of come up in the other stories, which is really fascinating. I kind of thought it would be like this person told part of it, then this person told part, then we went back to, but no, it's like 12 different characters, 12 different chapters, 12 different authors. It's really fascinating. You have to read it. Tons of people have been talking about this book on social media, so I finally read it, and I was like, geez, listen to your friends on social media because they knew what they were talking about with this one. Really amazing work of art. I have no idea how they made this. There's been some interviews with the editor, Ellen, and like different panels and things at different conferences. I need to go like see if I can find that information somewhere, because it just seems impossible. Like it seems like impossible to create this, but it's so good. The book that I just finished today, Land of Broken Promises, Jane's new book. You probably know her from Beautiful Country, which is another beautiful novel in verse. The story of Anna, who it takes place in the 1980s. Her family has come to the United States, and they have like a restaurant, but it's not like doing the best, but they're kind of making ends meet. Then they come to find out that they didn't have like all their immigration paperwork taken care of, so they have to make some money. So mom goes to live somewhere else in the summer, and she has to work in the family restaurant basically her whole summer. It's just a beautiful book, and I just couldn't stop reading it. I was so like heartbroken for her, but like the way she was able to make the most of the situation and just the time she spent with her father that summer was really fascinating. And it's based on Jane's life as someone who came to the United States as a young child, and family had a fast food restaurant. So, wow. I don't know, really good. And I recently also finished, I'm reading so much in the summer. I'm so stressed about like going back to school and the idea that like I'll be so tired at the end of each day. And then I also like to work like, you know, all those hours in the middle of it. But I'm savoring the summer reading time. North of Supernova, Lindsay's new book. The story, I always have to look at the characters' names because I never remember them. So that's why I'm doing that. Stella, like things are starting to go well for Stella. Like things, you know, haven't been going well. Her parents divorced recently. Mom's in rehab. And she's like, don't really have a relationship with mom at the moment. But she's like making some friends at the end of the school year. Like that's starting to go really well. And she's excited about the summer ahead and like all this time she's going to get to spend with her friends and develop these relationships. Finally starting to fit in a little bit here in middle school. Dad goes to Vegas for a work trip and comes back with a girlfriend who lives in Vegas. And so then they have to go visit Vegas and like the girl and her daughter. And then like seems like it pretty quickly find out they actually get married. So yeah, she decides, Stella and the fiance's daughter are going to break up parents. And she's very into like horoscopes and like your astrological signs. I think I'm you know, just kind of not good at talking about that kind of stuff because I'm not not a lot of background knowledge there, but learned a lot in the book, and getting people to like tell like your fortune and but they're gonna break up the wedding, and as you can imagine how that's gonna go. But watching her grow and watching her kind of try to figure things out and figure out what her life is going to look like going forward. It's just a really beautiful story. Yeah, I love this book. Another one that kind of takes place in the summer. How about that? So check out North of Supernova, Land of Broken Promises, You Are Here, Where the Water Takes Us, and Cartoon Detective. What a wide variety of amazing books for young readers. This is such a great time to be a young reader. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to look in the description for that other video. I'll be put it up here maybe of other middle grade books that are awesome. So check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.